think there are so many, to be honest. It was always a privilege to walk out on the pitch, and even today I had the same feeling. You have to pinch yourself sometimes, but it was so many memorable nights and games. So it will be difficult to pick one out, but just being here again was something exceptional, and I really enjoyed it. It was actually funny because when we moved up here, the first one I met was actually Mark Hateley, and we lived in Helensburgh back then in the same street. So we're friends, the two families were friends, and it was great to see him again. I haven't spoken to Mark for a number of years, but and I met Gordon Jury as well, and there was a banter about that, Scottish Cup final. He got the 3 goals, and I was still man of the match. I think there's one which I think most people talk about, my headed goal at Tannadice and perhaps a few goals against Celtic, but there was actually a goal where I scored from the byline against Aberdeen. I don't think people have, maybe they've not forgotten that, but it was a wee bit lucky, I think, to be honest. But that's one of the goals I really remember as standing out. It was actually a funny story because there was a former Danish player playing for Ibrox, Kai Hansen, and he got in touch with my dad back in the time, and I was about to leave AC Milan, so my dad phoned me one day and said there's an interest from Glasgow Rangers, so we went up here, and the rest is history, really. Met Walter, great man, simply the best manager I've ever had, and as I say, the rest is history, and I've never regretted it, that's for sure. Oh my God, I think it's so difficult because I've been fortunate to play in some very good sides. I have to mention my brother in that respect. He was a unique player. Here at Ibrox, you could mention so many good players, but I think one stands out. I have to say Gazza. I think he was something else. He was a world-class player on his day, and we had so much fun during games and during training sessions. So I have to say Paul Gascoigne. He was always fond of fishing, and I remember one day we were at the hotel. I think we were playing Celtic on the next day, and 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, somebody's knocking on my door, hotel door, and who's standing outside? Paul Gascoigne with a trout. He just came back he must have been fishing that night. So he said, "Brian, you have to see this trout," and I was like, "Get there," So, but he was different class, wonderful human being, and as I say again, a tremendous footballer. I think one of the first things when I actually joined Rangers, I went into the dressing room and I met Ian Durrant, and that was a great experience. I didn't understand a word what he was saying, but it took me about maybe a few months, and then I understood most of it. It's one of the toughest questions ever. I think I've some good parents. My dad used to play football as well. My mother was a handballer, and she was very quick. My father was very technically very, very good in football, so maybe that combination was maybe that was the secret.